Hey there, paper and pen pals. Welcome or welcome back to my channel where we dive headfirst into the creative side of the stationery world. If you're like me and believe that a good pen can change your life, or at least your to-do list, you've landed in the right place. I'm your guide, Kristen Creates, and today we are going to be unboxing the penultimate edition of the Ink Journal Ink Flight box. If you're not familiar with the Ink Flight box, it comes from at Ink Journal, aka Tom at Goldspot, and it's been around for a while. And this is their 99th box, and next month will be their 100th, and that's going to be their last box. So I'm sorry if you missed out on it. We're going to look at this one together and see what's in it, and try not to be sad. So grab your favorite beverage. Let's get our stationery fix on together. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that little bell so you don't miss out on any future adventures. Every Ink Flight has come with a nice description of what's in the box, and it's not just ink. There's always some great stationery because there's a nice description of what everything is. So there's always some stationery. Ooh, and this month's inks come from SCRIBO. So I haven't had a chance to try any of their inks before, I don't think. So that will be fun to check out. So in the box, we have the inks. We have some fun little stickers. King Jim. These look like, I want to say vintage icons. I don't know why, vintage is a whole different idea. But, kind of some of the original when we first had iPhones. A little book holder and clip, always handy. Wonder if I can see how well does it hold down the page. Probably not going to use it for swatching, but oh, he's cute. The next thing in the box is this beautiful notebook, A6 notebook from Maruman. I just love the paper. It's very 3mm soft gray grid. Some of the smoothest paper. The cover is kind of nice to touch. Nice soft touch, I guess is what they call it. And this reminded me of Simone and Grace from Wildly Imaginables In and Out book. So maybe I'll have an opportunity to use this notebook for that purpose. Or maybe it'll be a Zentangle book. We'll see. Let's see. And the last thing in there, I think Tom likes stickers as much as we do. Look how cute these are. They're like little kitties and fountain pens together. We'll get them on camera, Kristen. Okay. Now can you see them? Cute kitties. I might have to put one of those on this page right now. Okay, and now for the good part, let's take a look at these inks. I have my Sterling ink notebook with Tomoe River paper. I'm getting to the end of this notebook. I think I've said that in every video. But it's really, I have like this huge hump here, so I'm a little interested to see how the swatches do. They may just kind of like totally run off. And if that happens, that happens. We're gonna start with, color is called Grigio SCRIBO. The description of this ink says, a color synonymous with the SCRIBO brand. The gray blue ink shades well. Well, I always like a good gray blue. So let's see how you are, Grigio. Oh, that is a pretty blue gray. A cool blue. Not a whole lot of gray. Let's see how that dries down. I might have put too much ink in there, but I kind of like that. The next color is SCRIBO Classico Sepia. I'll be honest, I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to SCRIBO and the brand because their pens are definitely outside of my price range, unless I pick up a great deal on Slack, Pen Swap, or something. But even then, it's kind of the hourglass shape. I don't know that I really like it all that much. This is a pretty brown. So in the fall, when we're all reaching for brown inks, I need to make sure that I put this in my fall section of my notebook now, so I remember and can compare it to the other brown inks that I'll want to use come October, November time. I know some people are brown year round. I don't think that's me. Up next is Rosa Antico. The description says, Rosa Antico, this delicate pale blush pink is the lightest in saturation with a drier flip. See a little bit of pink, but more brown on the top notes. I mean, even a little smooshage here. But those dusty pink brown loving friends probably gonna love this color. I'll admit I've fully been influenced by those pink loving people. They knew who they are. That I bought several of these colors, and I don't think I've used any of them, because when I actually look at the writing, I'm like, I don't know that I love that as much as I love my teals and my purples and my greens. And it wouldn't be Italy if we didn't have a little Chianti, right? So this next color is Rosso Chianti. I think this is almost maybe 2 more pages. Isn't it such a good feeling to fill out a notebook? I mean, I'm like a serial use a quarter of a notebook kind of girl. Someday we could do a craft room tour and you would see the stacks of half-used writing in 2 or 3 pages notebooks. So I'm really proud of myself for getting all the way. All right, this next color is Blue Cosmico. Expand on the mysteries of the universe with this dark blue ink with a coppery sheen. Dark blue is correct. And it's got some nice cool purpley undertones. This is kind of my favorite kind of blue. I don't see any sheen popping up, do you? The magic as it dries. I mean, whoever said like watching paint dry has never played with fountain pen inks, because obviously this is not boring. SCRIBO Verde Bosco is the next one. I think maybe I need to learn not to put so much ink from the dropper back down on the page to give the spoon a chance to smush and show those properties. Ooh, look at that green. She is pretty. For this one says, inspired by the abundant forest life, Bosco's deep green color shades with a hint of reddish sheen. Got our last color, and you know what it is? Saving the best for last, maybe? Well, of course it's teal. Verde Mediterrano. And wait till you hear this description. In this vial, we have captured a tiny part of the Mediterranean for you to use in your fountain pen. Well, that's nice. I've been watching a lot of Below Deck men. I don't know. I watch trash television. You should know that about me. You tell me if I've seen the Oscars. I haven't. But if you could tell me if you ask me who got in a fight on Below Deck, it is. Yay for teals. Okay, we're gonna give those a little bit of time to dry, and while they're drying down, I'm gonna go look for some colors that might be similar. So you can decide, do you need this ink or not? Okay, I think most of these guys are dry, so let's take a closer look. First up is Grigio SCRIBO, the namesake ink. It is dried down this really pretty blue-gray ink. You can see why it's a favorite. Let's see what in similar. I thought that was similar to Wearinghol's Earth to the Moon. So there, the three side by side. Of course, the Wearinghol has a little bit of shimmer in it, but pretty close. So I think if you already have Wearinghol Earth to the Moon, probably don't need SCRIBO, but who am I kidding? You need all the inks. Don't listen to me. If you're on a budget, I'm here to help you. Next up, we have Classico Sepia, so that's that warm medium brown. We've got some nice shading in there, some pooling, and I think that is closest to a couple. I don't have a lot of brown inks, so you guys may have better color matches, but not in the brown world. So the first one I thought it might match is Jacques Gerben Café de Ile, the Isles to Eels. I think it's time that I split my ring in half because it's getting a little unruly. All right, now are we in frame? Okay, so not super close, but not that far apart. And then another similar color, but not a direct match. I think Sailor Studio 680, which is by far my favorite brown, but it's definitely a darker, richer brown. I'd say that's a dark brown versus a medium brown. Rose Antico is the only one that's still wet outside of the edges here, but we've got kind of a nice pinky brown coming, and this 100% reminded me of Ferris Wheel Press Lady Rose, so much so that when I wrote it on the card, I wrote Lady Rose, and then it turned out I wasn't quite as close as I thought it was. So again, the swatch card looks different than what's come down on paper, but here is it side by side with Ferris Wheel Press Lady Rose. Obviously Ferris Wheel Press is a little bit lighter. The other color that it reminded me of was Wilted Rose from the Ink Vent. Okay, so there's Wilted Rose. You can see how close they are. Rosso Chianti. In the swatch, it looks similar to Colorverse Lucky Cosmos, but not so much on the Wearinghol card. This, I think, was my ink of the year for 2024. I'm obsessed with this color. All this fun stuff, though, doesn't always come out in the pen. Okay, so Colorverse Lucky Cosmo. Hope everybody has that one. The other one, similar, you probably guessed it. Yeah, looks a little Yamabuta-ish. Absolutely. Also looks a little bit like Forest Gâteau from Ink Vent. Okay, let's look at Blue Cosmico. So they promised us copper sheen. Definitely has copper sheen. There you go. I don't know that the camera's picking it up that much, and I would be shocked if that came out in any pen short of a 1.1 or a music or a zoom. I thought that it was similar to Birmingham Pen Company's Moon Jellyfish. which has also is a blue with a reddish pink sheen to it. I don't know if you can see that. And if you don't go for sheen, but you want that rich dark blue, although now I'm looking at this one, it has a little sheen too. Birmingham's Railroad Spike, also a nice color. Then we got this green. I thought its closest match was one that I just swatched in 30 Inks 30 Days, this lovely Pannonia Hanover green. One of these is probably going to be in my March ink. March? No, we've already done March. May would be next. Look at me, teacher. Whew. And then last but not least, into our teals. Now I have a few options here. Is anybody surprised? No. If you are surprised and you're at this point in the video and it was your first time, hey, thanks so much for sticking through however many minutes this is. And also go check out my unboxing video for the Platinum Shape of Heart, because we look at a lot of teal inks in that one. Okay, similar colors. We've got Leonardo Smeralda Stone. You know those Italians. We're all about this Mediterranean blue. Our Korean friends also like teal. So that is Dominant Industry Horseshoe Bend with Diamine, Aurora Borealis. So there we go. One last look. The Mediterrano, which I didn't spell right, also has a little, each of these has a little bit of a sheen where it pooled. Okay, so I think that my favorite, could you guess? My favorite for this one is actually Verde Bosco. It must be in a green phase. The color that I'm not feeling is this Rose Antico, but it could grow on me. You never know. It is a nice match for this little cute little kitty with the fountain pen. I think it's Kitty. That's from the stickers. So there you have it, my awesome stationery squad. Another deep dive into the wonderful world of inks. I hope you're feeling inspired to try out a new ink. Get it out of that vial and onto the page, even if it's just smushing it with a spoon. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Your support means the world. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and tell me in the comments what your favorite color in this was, or what your next stationery adventures are. And if you're not feeling words today, well then just throw a green or a teal emoji in there and I'll love it just as much. You can find me over on Instagram at Kristen Creates. We can keep the stationery love chat going. Until next time, keep inking, keep planning, and keep being awesome. Bye for now.